Alright, this is continuation of the study guide. We're going to solve the rational equations in section 3 now. So 3a is 9 over 3x equals 4 over x plus 2. And we have an equal sign, so we know we can cross multiply, but we need to make sure that we have one term on the right, one term on the left, which we do. What are the excluded values? The 3x tells us that x can't be 0, and the x plus 2 tells us that x can't be negative 2. Alright, cross multiplying, we get 9 times x plus 2 equals 4 times 3x. Distributing the 9, we get 9x plus 18 equals 12x. Since the highest degree on these terms is degree 1, we can go ahead and solve for x. So I'm going to subtract 9x, cancel it on this side. We have 18 equals 3x. Dividing both sides by 3, I get that x equals 6. And because none of the excluded values are a 6, this is the solution. There are no extraneous solutions. Alright, 3b, 8 over 3x minus 2. 2 over x minus 1. Alright, so you check that you have one term on the right, one term on the left. We do so. Since equal sign, we can cross multiply. Let's get our excluded values. They come from the denominators. The first one. Alright, if you can't see the 2 over 3, you just set it equal to 0. We have 3x equals 2 divided by 3. We have x equals 2 over 3, or 2/3. And then from the x minus 1, you get a 1. So your excluded values are 2/3 and 2/3 and positive 1. Solving the problem, we know we can cross multiply because we've already checked that we have one term on each side. You have 8 times x minus 1 equals 2 times 3x minus 2. And notice how I wrapped those in parentheses. I'm going to distribute the 8, I'm going to distribute the 2. So we have 8x minus 8 equals 6x minus 4. And since the highest degree on these terms is degree 1, I'm going to go ahead and solve for x. So minus 6x. So I have 2x minus 8 equals negative 4. I'm going to isolate x. So I have 2x equals 4. Dividing by 2 on both sides, I have x equals 2. And since 2 is not an excluded value, this is the solution, and there are no extraneous solutions. Three C. X over x plus 2. Alright, let's see, one term on the right, one term on the left. Excluded values are going to be a negative 5 and a negative 2. So your answer can be anything but these two values. Alright, cross multiplying. We have x minus 3 times x plus 2. We'll have to FOIL these. And then x times x plus 5. We'll have to distribute that x. Alright, this is x squared plus 2x minus 3x minus 6 equals x squared plus 5x. I'm going to combine these two because they're like terms. Alright, you see how you have a degree 2 term? You need to Move all terms to the left and factor, okay, if necessary, and factor. We'll leave it as that. In this problem, I think they're going to cancel. All right, so moving stuff to the left, so I have minus x squared minus x squared. In this problem, what happens? This cancels here, and it also happens to cancel on the left. So this is beneficial to you because you now no longer have a degree 2 term. Now everything is degree 1, right? So that means you just solve for x. So I'm going to add x to both sides. So I have negative 6 equals 6x divided by 6. I get that x equals negative 1. And since it's not one of the excluded values, this is the solution. Now I don't have any room, but there are no extraneous solutions on this problem either. All right, the next problem is this one. And getting our excluded values, from the 3x we get 0, and from the 6 we get nothing. So 0 is the only excluded value. Now you check, do you have one term on the right? Yes. Do you have one term on the left? No. So you need to combine. And in order to combine, we need a common denominator. So we'll multiply this one by 6 and this one by 3x. Now, yeah, this is probably not the lowest common denominator, but it'll do the job. And it's easy, and we're still doing the same thing we were doing before. All right, our numerator is going to be 12 plus 3x over 30x. 30? What? 18x. Sorry about that. 4 over 3x. Right? Now, since I didn't get the lowest common denominator, I can factor something here at 3 from this numerator, right? Then if I factor out that 3, I have 4 plus x over 18x equals 4 over 3x. And 3 goes into itself once and goes into 18 6 times. So this is really 4 plus x over 6x equals 4 over 3x. Alright, now that we have one term on each side, we can go ahead and cross multiply. So we really have 3x times 4 plus x equals 4 times 6x. I'm going to go ahead and distribute 12x plus 3x squared equals 24x. Now you see how you have a degree 2 term? You have to move everything to the left and then factor. So minus 24x minus 24x. Alright, gotta get 0 on the right. And this is minus 12x plus 3x squared. Now what kind of factoring can we do? GCF factoring. So I'm going to pull out a 3x right? That's negative 12x plus 3x squared. Alright, and you have to set each of these equal to 0. Wait, move this down. Here the x equals 0. And from negative 4 plus x, we get that x equals 4. And now, did we do... Yeah, the only value it can't be is 0, remember? So that means that the solution that we have down here, this one is extraneous. That means it's not really a solution. Right? This is the solution. There's one more. Now, the same case with this one. We have one term on the left, but we only have we have two terms on the right, so we have to combine them. Oh, and I forgot the excluded values. From the 2x we get 0, and from that one we get -7. Alright, this one has to be multiplied by x plus 7. This one has to be multiplied by 2x. Right, 3 times 2 is 6x. That's 7x plus 7. And this is over 2x times x plus 7 equals -1. Now you know this is -1/1, right? So you can cross multiply. What's all of this times 1? It's going to be the same thing. And this just becomes negative. Well, now we need to distribute that in. And we have a degree 2 term. So we need to move everything to the left and get 0 on the right. There we go, 2x squared plus 21x plus 7. Can't fact greatest common factor, so now we need to see whether we can factor this. This seems to be a case 2 trinomial. So 2 times 7. 2 times 7 is 14. So I need two numbers that multiply to 14 but add up to 21. What? Is that even possible? Nope, it doesn't seem possible. Let me check with the calculator. Hold on.